Uh, Greg, anything else that you got in mind that you want to discuss? Not even just not cool. How life been for you?
Oh, no, I mean, I mean, we've been doing our thing. You know, soccer's rolling around, so we've been dealing with that. And you know, one thing we're doing with soccer, is this different coaches, and like, so I have twins, so they're both 2016.
Yeah, I saw them yesterday come in.
Yep, yeah, at least he plays
They
kids
unlocked
all the
the
time.
door for us.
I know. Oh yeah, they did. That's right. Yeah.
They unlocked the door.
And
We were like camping out in the back of our car.
yeah, so I'll say I saw. Oh, sorry about that. By the way, got here a little late. So, but
Yeah, you're like
we guys early.
30 minutes early.
Okay, okay. So it's
It
not
was
okay. There we go.
awesome.
Okay, there we go. All right. And it's just seeing the different styles, not just coaching, but like the management of the team. It's just interesting to see. And like one team is drastically better than the other in regards to, and that could be skill level, could be just mentality, it could be a bunch of different things. So it's like it's just interesting to see how it plays out. So we're going through the season, and it's early, so it's like I want to see how this plays out because there's a bit of transition on one of those teams, and so it's to see how it is before I say anything, right? Because as a parent, like, you know, obviously I come up in this coaching thing, and I do coaching. I work with our team. I see how our teams run. I work with Tsunami Volleyball. I see how their teams are run. I see how things are like that, and there's a certain standard within the organization and things along those lines. So working with them, it's like, okay, we see two different kind of standards going on between two different teams, but within the same organization. And so sitting back is like, I'm not going to say anything yet because, you know, I don't know soccer enough. And so I got to wait and see how things play out and then address the situation, like ask the questions then. So then it's like, okay, hey, they're doing this. Why are we not doing this? Like, and they're being way more successful than we are as a team. Now it could be competition level. Like, there's a bunch of different things that I don't fully know, right? You know, and so, but it's not just that because it's a style of play and how they play, and it's like we have the athletes, but I understand like soccer is very skill based. Um, but we should be able to bully kids because we're bigger and stronger than every team we played, and our kids are just that. And it's like even if we can't dribble as much, like we should be able to outrun them, we should be able to pace them, we should be able to kind of like, you know, bully kids. But the mentality isn't there for a lot of players. And it's like, do we cultivate that? How do you figure this out? How do you get to play a little bit tougher? So there's all these little things, but it's just interesting and seeing the drastic difference between the two teams at the same age group. But is it one's female, one's girls, one's boys. And so it's like, all right, let's. And then one's coach is super vet. The other coach is a little bit younger when it comes to coaching, like not an experienced coach in this age group. And so it's like you can see, like, is there a difference? And it's like, is there standards to be put down from the head guy setting things up where it's like we all need to coach this way, and then him stepping in and saying things like you guys need to do it in this manner. And then same thing with communication. Like it's just all different. And so it's just interesting to see.
So they probably
Sorry, Kurt. No, it's getting boring.
We won't keep you here too long.
kind of not like. Oh no, go get some sauce up here.
All right, Coop, appreciate you. Oh, hey, you gonna leave me hanging? All right, cool. Yeah.
Hold that behind. But yeah, they probably like don't want to let that person learn for themselves. But that head guy probably do need to say, y'all, we all need to play on this person. They are the same organization, right?
Same organization,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So like, you might, as a parent, you might need to go ahead and say that before it's too late.
Yeah, I'm giving it like a week or two.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I've seen it, like we were the team for a year now. But like we've been the organization for a year. So it's just been a year. And like literally, this is the first year of soccer in my life in regards to like actually seeing soccer. So it's like, it's not my place to say things, but the key is like, for me, it's like, I'm not going to voice my opinion yet because I work in sport. We're not going to say like annoying parents. I'm put it out there, y'all. Like if you just had and you don't understand fully the full situation, right? It's like, I'm trying to like this kind of like, so it is like, you gotta ask the questions first before you get too angry. And there is a time and place for a fact, like you get upset because it's your kid, and I appreciate that's where I'm at. Where it's like, let me just see. I'm gonna ask the questions for people who know more than I do before I say anything, because I may be more vulnerable than the people who know more than I do, but something needs to be said. And so I ask people who've done soccer, who've been in soccer, who've coached soccer, and I'll ask all these people first. And then again, we have you here. We have our own organization, how we do things, and then working with Tsunami. So like I'm getting information from everywhere before I say anything, because I'm not just going to come in with criticism. I'm going to provide solutions with it. I'm questioning, like, why are we doing this? This is what I see. This is where we've done. Like, I will say, I'll put things out there. So it's not just me saying, it's like, if you can explain to me why, I'm not going to be angry. I was like, tell me why we're not doing this or what the situation is. What do you see? And yeah, and then that's how I approach it. It's like I don't care if it's that, and it's like for me, better for the team versus better for the individual. And I'm all about the team, and I understand that. But there's like, do I need to find another place for my kid, right? And it's like it's just one of those things where I'm not going to be upset with you or mad at you unless you like do something to my kid. But how you're coaching, and if it's not going well, like you should, as a coach, want to address that, not just me. And so it's one of those things where I'm gonna let y'all figure that out. But I would need to ask the questions first, right? And it's like I want to do my research before I just come to you complaining about some stuff I don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's fine. Like, I mean, I appreciate the parents that just go off of the cup. Yeah, 100%. I love the impatient because, like, I want them on the team that I'm on because, like, I'm patient. And sometimes I need this irrational. I need, like, because they need to say something to someone in here.
Yeah.
And also, like, oh, maybe you're right. That does make sense, you know? And it's like,
That's what it is. You might need go up to that first, like, hey, because the way you coming at it, you're not coming disrespectful. You like, okay, I understand this, I understand that, but wouldn't this
yes.
better?
Yes. That's what I'm trying to do.
See them being successful. Can't we try to incorporate?
Yeah, can we replicate something like that? Like,
I want my kid to.
yeah, part of what, like, they're 8, right? Part of I'm all about development, but part of development is the kid wanting to play the sport. A kid likes to play sports they win, right? If they're constantly getting a head beat in, eventually, like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. And it may not be them. They may be better than they may be the top 5 percentile, but as a team, they struggle. So the kid now doesn't play the sport because they're just getting a head beat in all the time. And it's like, this is where also like appreciating, if you have brackets, put the teams in the bracket they should be in. Like, don't, oh, we are this team, we're going to be in the gold bracket, the platinum bracket. Like, bro, y'all ain't platinum. You know, it's like, don't, and appreciate that. And it's like, all right, we're playing the lower bracket because that's where we are. And then just understand, because it's about the kid, not you. And the goal is to work them up to that platinum bracket, right? And if you're a new team, there's definitely cohesiveness. There's like definitely like training, like, so it may start lower brackets and you slowly work your way up. And so that's where it comes down to, is like, for me, it's all about making sure at this age, the kids want to play the sport, right? Practice to be in a situation where they kind of want to do more almost at the end of practice. And like they fall in love with the sport at this age as they're getting their skills. It's not just about winning the games at this point, right? You want to win because you need to win to keep the kid loved, but it can't be the main influence, but you can't just lose consistently and with no changes or explanation to the kids on why they're losing. They have to be able to see this team was just better than us, right? Versus like, what's going on, you know? And so like, that's where it comes down to. But yeah. It is the first time we're doing travel ball, right? So like, or even organized sports, it's soccer. And we got flag coming up. So I'm like, all right, I'm making sure the kid's going to be on something. But at the same time, I want him to be well-rounded, or her to be well-rounded too. So I'm going to do a lot of sports. And if they want to a certain extent, but they got to do more than one thing, right? You're not going to do one sport all year round for me. And so it's like, I want them to enjoy things. And winning is part of that. You know what I mean? It's like, I want them to see that the work they put in shows. And that's how you definitely keeps you going.
Sometimes coaches will derail that.
You can, very much so.
I mean, some coaches have their own agenda to
Like, oh no, and then the kid kind of can fall to waistline of
Right.
coach's agenda, and they
Yeah.
go,
you will look at it. You're doing it right though. I feel like as a parent, you're doing it. You're
I
going
try to go slow about it. You know, I'm like, it's not my place, and I'm gonna do it in private. Like, I'm not gonna be trying to blow you up on the group chat. You know, it's not conducive. So what? Because then people get defensive, right? If I'm a coach, you're trying to blow me up, and I'm like, I'm gonna try and embarrass you back. But it's like, you're gonna make you far more defensive and not listen, rather than you approaching me individually, right?
you're gonna get the truth of what your kid really.
Yeah, well, I'm not that sick. I'm not concerned about that. I'm harder probably on my kids than anybody else in regards to not. No, I don't tell them, but like, you know, in my head, I'm like, I guess I can see where the flaws are.
Yeah.
And I'm probably harder on those flaws in my mind than actually are out there. So that's one thing. Like, you're probably not going to tell me anything about my kid that I already see, and I'm probably like, no, I already know, because usually that's how I address it. I'm like, I know my kid has da, but you know, then I can follow that. So like, then they have, like, you know, I'm very much, what is it, be rabbit. You know, I'm coming in, I'm gonna tell you all about me before I come at you, right? And it's like, you got nothing left to say other than the truth. And so that's usually how I go about it in regards to when I talk to coaches. Like, I was like, I'm making sure I see all the different angles. And it's like, but I may miss an angle. That's why I'm talking to you. Because like, it's not like I'm coming at you demands. I'm like, I'm asking questions because I don't understand. Yeah, I'm concerned. Yeah.
And you also want to know later on down the line You like to at the same time.
100%. And that's a big part of it, me learning it. Yep. And as I get the more time you spend on it, the more you see and the better questions and the faster I can react.
Yeah, I would
No.
just get more parents like you.
Yeah.
Where, hey, let's not get twisted. My age group, I probably had the best group of parents in the organization.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody else in the organization will tell you that.
Yeah.
The owner of the organization, we immediately try hot and rat on my group because he feel like
How well they're done. I got you.
because me, like
Right.
I call him dad.
Mm-hmm.
He's the coach. He's super top.
Nice.
So like he tries not to lean over here, but
Mm-hmm.
kind of so obvious. Like my group trying to that Blake on top. My quick shows up.
Mm-hmm.
With my groups hang out in the hotel together.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Now, but you help facilitate that as a coach, yeah?
yeah, I scare.
Yeah, but I mean, that's part of the situation. Is like anything set up where it's like, hey, we hang out together. Like it goes to make it a team thing.
I force.
Yeah, and that's good for the kids.
Yeah,
You know,
like different age, not different age group, but different background kids.
this.
I try to get them together because like you might can teach him something, he might can teach you something
Correct.
on the road. I come look at DG.
Mhm.
He come from a background, both of these parents. He's not staying out till whereas he's staying with his parents.
Mm-hmm.
But our fourth game, we had 6 o'clock in the AM. We turned for the night. After we eat, you someone took his hotel room and get a video of these.
Have fun. Yeah, have fun.
Y'all fight.
Y'all play around. Yeah, play game with each other. Mm-hmm. Almost every week. Yeah. So they experience different things. What's stressful for them is not stressful for the other person, right? And so, but same idea is like what may derail them mentally or make them struggle mentally. The other kid, they're used to it. So it's like, oh, no, this is like life. You know what I mean? And so this is why the different cultures getting together is going to like help make everybody stronger because they'll say, oh, no, this is the solution to this problem. Oh, this is like this is what you're going to see coming up. Yeah. Right. And then so it's like they feed on each other. That's why getting teams together, different walks of life. That's kid, and especially at a younger age, or even at the age of the kids doing it with themselves, so they can see and experience the different, essentially how they help people, how other kids deal with things, and makes them just a better athlete, better person.
Because,
Mm-hmm.
because some of my rougher kids will either pick on this kid, and they'd be like, "Coach, why are you picking on them? They picking on me." I'm like, "They're not picking. They're just messing with you until you mess."
Right. They pick at you to kind of. It's like what I'm saying. That's a sports thing.
Literally bullying you because like they're doing it in my presence, and I will tell you if it's bullying.
Right. Like it's a point where it's like, nah, you can't say that. Like there's certain off-topic things where, as a coach, you're like, no, you can't talk about that, man. Because it's not like a tease. It's like you're being vindictive, you're trying to be mean, versus like, we're just picking. And that's a sports thing. Like not even sports, like an organizational thing. Like, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's stuff you deal with growing up, and
Your dad's not gonna stop your older cousin bullying you.
right until it gets too far.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a level where it's like, okay, I gotta step in.
You know,
Mhm.
I know the older cousin. I'm finna mess with you so I can tough you up.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he messing with so tough you up?
Right.
It's not technically bullying but like my kids, they're so, even though they might have bad back, well, not even a bad back, but a rough lifestyle.
Yeah, a little bit harder, a little more struggles.
Yeah, but they still not bad kids to the point where they are bullying. They just like to play.
Right.
And they joke, Eric, you can joke on me.
The humor is one way versus something else. And so
And it's, to me, it's like, all right.
yeah.
But then we did get it out
Mhm.
with kids.
Go tell.
Like they not sleeping all in there, but it's like they all in there on time.
I want to have a good time, and then it's like, all right, time to bed.
Going,
Mhm.
fights, people falling asleep with the entire
Mhm.
water put on their face. 12 kids in a room, you the first.
Right. It's like old school sleepover stuff. You know what I mean?
We usually like it's hazing, but it's like not hazing. Not,
I mean, technically it's hazing, but it's from the term standpoint, we consider hazing, but it's supervised in a regard where it's like it's not going to be. I'm so woke when it comes to stuff like this. Like it was like I guess some kids like you can't tell what a kid's gonna if a kid's going to struggle with something. All right, if you put in water, is that gonna traumatize this kid? Honestly, you don't know, but it's like we've seen things where it's not someone's like they're not like doing stuff that's like illegal, to these kids. Like you're like you're supervising, and the goal is to just build camaraderie with it. And the goal is like we're trying to build a bond. And again, there's 1,000 ways to build bonds. And historically speaking, like from sports, it has very much been a little bit of a joking and teasing, teasing each other, technically hazing, but it's not the point where it's like, because technically, like you're not like beating people down, you're not doing violent acts, you're not physically hurting someone, you're not physically abusing anybody, and it's not even a point where like you're making kids cry, right? You're not trying to get, you're not going there, right? And it's one of those things where it's like we used to sing, like hey, we had to sing in the lunchroom. It's like, yeah, you're shy, but like you're not gonna die from it. And most people are like, you shouldn't be, if you're trying to play sports, you're trying to be athletic. Like there's a certain level of, I need to get over my anxieties and my fears to play the sport. Yeah, I need to be I need to be able to deal with being uncomfortable and still perform. And because that's just part of sports. Like, so if you're trying to play sports, you're trying, and I say sports, like that's a life thing.
Yeah.
But you put you in situations where work and it's, oh, I'm uncomfortable doing this. It doesn't matter. You got to do it, And so it's one of those things where this is what those situations are for. And that's what you're trying to deal with. It's like, you're going to deal with situations that make you uncomfortable and you have to overcome. But now it's like what you're saying, it's in a supervised manner. Like the kids just aren't, it's not Lord of the Flies in there. And so it's not like a situation where anybody's really going to get hurt. And you're always going to monitor it. And it's just, all right, we're good. And it's like, but you're going to be tougher coming out of this. You're going to see this side, how people deal with things. And and you're going to be okay.
Yeah, some parents be like, because I don't tell them like, yeah, they might get beat up in there a little bit, play fight.
You should beat up, man. You use different words, bro. I know what you mean, but like, he's hustling, like, y'all are gonna beat him up. I'm like, oh, don't say that. I say, yeah, there you go. Yeah, you gotta change your verbiage. Like, how you say things matter in regards to like how parents are gonna view it. No, I know what you mean. I don't say it. It's so rough how there. Parents were like, oh, you serious? I was like, yeah, play a little bit. Oh yeah, you going? A kid look at your mom and dad's like, what? I was like, I know, where are you going? Because one time drop off. Right, yeah. But just let me know. I really enjoy that. That's kind of fun. That actually gonna get started up here soon. Actually March 14th. There we go.
Got a couple kids from everywhere. I'm finna actually enjoy it. I would discuss that more as we go on this podcast.
Okay.
I want to thank all the people who actually tuning into this.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Guys, subscribe. You all the
Yes.
for the Step Up Podcast. We're trying to get this out. You might hear something that you need to hear.
Yep.
As a parent, as a player.
Yep.
So, like, subscribe. Coach Dish, aka Douglas Step.
Coach Greg. See ya.